everybody, welcome back to another episode of Happiness Matters, the show, with your awesome host, Mo the Service Dog, and his plus one, me, Beanie Man. Today I'm here with a guest, as usual, I have a guest, duh, Betsy Clark, and Betsy and I, we're trying to figure out where we met. I know, we knew it was networking,
Yep.
and it was about 8 years ago,
I think so.
9 years ago.
I think so.
And then we figured it out, L&B Connectors with Linda and Brian.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah.
been a hot minute. So you've seen me bounce from a few things to here.
Yes, yes, and it's been fun. It's been fun, and I finally get to meet, have Mo here,
Right.
right?
So
My guy.
I know, he's amazing. So you are a life coach, but I hate that term, but mindset coach.
Mindset coach.
So she's the mindset coach, I'm the mind shift coach. Essentially the same thing.
Right, that's the intention, is that the mind set will shift.
Right.
Right, so I call myself a business mindset expert.
Nice.
And it's because I've been an entrepreneur for over 41 years. And I have learned a few things, and you and I were talking about it earlier, that I am unemployable. And I realized, I have had jobs, I've worked with my husband, and my kids have worked with us, and I find that I am independent, and I've learned some stuff. And so that's really what keeps me in the business of business, and in other people's business, is giving them the tips and tricks that I wish I'd had. I bought my first business at 23, and I was flying blind. And I really
Well, and most of us do. I know I was flying blind for the longest time because I didn't have a women's chamber, behind me that I have now when I decided it's time for me to do me, and and there wasn't that there. And in my family, I'm the only entrepreneur-minded person.
Okay.
So I get that.
Yeah, and honestly, we started before there was an internet, and I say that, and the air gets.
I know some
right
some
out
of the viewers,
room.
you guys are going like, a what?
Wait.
Smoke
was there
signals,
really?
guys. We use smoke signals
Right,
and rotary phones.
right, and Rolodexes.
Rolodexes
Oh,
and
please. Yeah, tickler files.
we just aged ourselves.
Oh, you know what? I own it. I'm my mid-60s. You
Good
don't
for
have
you.
to do the math.
No.
Just I'm making it easy on you. So, yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, and the other thing is, Beanie, is most of what we were reading was written by men for men.
Right.
And I love men. I'm married one. I birthed one. I have a son-in-law. I love men. And in addition to that, men do business differently than women do.
Absolutely.
Right. So it's really been a journey for women like you and me. And at the end of the day, I keep saying, I'm still standing. And that matters.
Just a song.
It is. It's Patti LaBelle. I'm still standing.
I'm still standing.
Right. In the land of the living. And we are living.
Yeah.
We're thriving. And that's really my come from, is I'm still standing. I'm unfettered. I'm alive. Let's make stuff happen.
I love that. And that's my attitude, It's like, for my big dream vision for my company, and I was actually telling somebody when the day it had popped into my head, I went to a meeting and I was just so excited. It was some of my friends then, I shared it, and one of my friends, she gave me all the reasons why it wouldn't work, and somebody's doing this and da-da-da, and I said, you know what, I love you, stop. I don't need people telling me why it cannot be done. I need people on my team that can help me figure out how it can be done.
Right.
And once I said that out loud, there was a shift in me. Because it's like I've been thinking it, but it's different when you think it quietly
Right.
or when you say it out loud.
Right.
So as soon as I said it out loud, and she kind of looked at me kind of a little like, what? I said, hey, I don't mean to offend, but this is who I'm looking for. Because all the reasons why things cannot work, and we have that. I mean, the well-meaning friends and family, they give you all the reasons why it cannot work. But understanding that they come from their own fear and their own limiting beliefs, so I'm at this point now, really, it's like, okay, help me figure out how.
Right.
And that makes all the difference.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
I love it.
Right. Well, and you're the sum total of the 5 people you hang out with.
I know.
I know, and so I think that's really.
Did you hear that, guys? Sorry.
Yeah,
Did you hear that? You are the sum total or the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that's not just your attitude, that's your money, that's your everything.
it's everything.
Everything.
Everything. And so when you're putting together a team, it's really important. And I think we have to be careful. We have to have people who will have the chutzpah to stand up to us and say, you know what, let's rethink this. But to just be across the board negative Nelly is not helpful. And
No.
that's really probably one of my key phrases is that's not helpful.
I like that.
Yeah.
Can I use that?
Yeah, absolutely, because here's the deal, is I don't mind someone telling me, you know what, I'm not sure that can be done. Well, tell me why.
Right.
Why? And if it's helpful and it reframes how I think, I'm really grateful. Because I'm an action girl, I will jump in and then I'll look and then I'll think, and sometimes that
We
doesn't.
jumped in first and then we go, oh crap.
Right, right.
Now what?
And that's not helpful. So I love that phrase, you know, that's not helpful.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I really like that.
Yeah,
I really like that thing.
that's what moves the needle.
Right.
Is when we get, I want to be part of the solution. But if you need solutions, it means there's a challenge. So we have that tension between challenge and solution.
Mm-hmm.
And really, is that helpful? Does that move the needle to help us find the solution that we're looking for?
I like that.
Yeah, it's really a tenet of my approach to life, to business, to parenting. I've been married for over 40 years to the same guy.
Good for
So,
you. We got 30.
Yeah, and you know what? Marriages work,
Every single day.
right?
Some days more than others, but it's, guys, you know, relationships. Gotta work on it. Even with the dog, you gotta work on it.
Right.
Although he's so cute.
I know, he is just too cute.
It's like, all you have to do is look at me and I melt.
Right.
Yes. So, no, but I mean, it really is, and a lot of times, and I've been there, I'm guilty of that, you know, in the past, and every once in a while I catch myself, but because I have the awareness, I catch it really quick now, and I was like, whoo, not helpful, moving on.
Right.
You know, but we're so conditioned to go the negative route.
I think a lot of us are.
Right, I mean, we get bombarded with negativity 24/7. So that's the first thing, that's like the super highway that's built in our brain. You know, it's time to rebuild new highways.
Right.
But you have to have that awareness. And for the most part, and I was guilty of that, and I know a lot of people that I talk with, when I point things out in conversation, they're like, oh, I didn't realize. And I said, it's that autopilot.
Right.
Most of us, or most of the people on this earth, they're functioning on autopilot. You know, they're just reacting to whatever's coming their way without realizing that they're attracting everything in the first place. So it's that I call it the hamster wheel. You know, just keep running on it and you get more of the same because you keep running and reacting to the same thing, except that sometimes, you know, your emotions and your feelings, they get stronger about it and it's not in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
So you get even more.
Right.
Because that law of vibration, misery loves company, also does happiness.
Right.
You know, but it's like that autopilot thing. And that's why I love what you do and what I do is like we bring that awareness. We put the brakes on for people. It's like, hey, check this out. Are you aware that this is what you're saying? Oh. Like one of the things is the word try.
There are two words, try and just.
Ugh. I didn't think of just, but yeah, ooh.
Just is such a disqualifier.
Right.
I just. And it's like, could you please just say what you mean
Just-
and mean what
can
you
you
say?
just
Right,
say?
Right.
Right.
So the way I
Wow.
look at it is, you know, question your answers. Question your answers. That's how you disrupt autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
And the other piece to that is if you want better answers, ask better questions
Yes.
and don't believe everything you think.
But if it's on the internet and on Facebook, it must be true.
No. And that is why you writing a book is so imperative.
Oh, thank you.
Because here's the deal, is how do you verify what's on the internet? It's really hard to verify.
You search more stuff on the internet about it.
Right, okay, so there are some sites that you can delve
Right.
into and really get to the bottom of
Oh,
it.
here's one you can do. Get a library membership and tap into their peer reviews and all of those, because now you have access to all of that.
Okay, and that's a great tip. And in addition, one of the reasons why the majority of my learning is through coaches
Mm-hmm.
and through books. Because there's a vetting process with a book
Mm-hmm.
that is so much deeper than just an article.
Right.
And I'm not slamming articles because I
No.
love articles. But some of us have been trained to go to the internet as our source of truth. And I just want to challenge those of us that are high-end learner to go with books and articles, because they, people say, well, they're outdated. Well, you know what? There are just some things that are
Do you know-
timeless.
Right, exactly. I mean, truth is truth.
Last time I checked.
It doesn't matter how many people tell a lie, it's still a lie. And squirrel, I was just thinking, man, when you and I started out doing research, we actually had to go to a library and a bookstore and do the hard work. There was no internet for us.
Well, and I still have my first library card that I got 27 years ago from Pikes Peak Library District.
Wow.
And it's
Is it
all
still valid?
bent and cracked, and yeah, I have to go and validate it. But you know what? I
Good for
love
you.
the library.
Oh, yeah.
What an amazing resource we have.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
We have a wizard through the library, Terry Zarsky.
Oh
here
my
in
God, she
Colorado
is
Springs.
amazing.
And she is a wealth of information,
Mhm.
and what an advocate for business women, and obviously men too, but my focus
Right.
is with business women. But we are so fortunate to
Mhm.
have the library system we do, that
Oh,
we
yeah.
have here in Colorado Springs.
Absolutely. And I know there's a lot of places like your neighborhood, check out your library.
Right.
Check out your library
Right.
system. And what I like is a lot of times if they don't have what you're looking for, there's a pretty good chance they can get it from a partnering library.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
so my husband is a college student right now, and I like saying this, like, my husband is a college junior. It's just fun. So he has access to the library at his college,
Right.
which is nice because through him I kind of do too. And what's really fun is because a lot of times when he needs a resource, and it's the same thing, he might get it from the library district, he
Right.
might get it from the library from another college that's in town.
Right.
So, and that goes for all the libraries.
Right.
It's just because they don't have it there where you are, doesn't mean they can't get it. And I love that. The resources. It just takes a little bit more time than just click, click, click.
Right.
But to me, it's still more valid. And yeah, check your sources. Like, does it come from Wikipedia? Maybe not the best source.
Right. Right.
So
I'm not sure how we got on that rabbit trail.
I don't know, but it's a valid point. It's
I
about
think
doing
it's
research and
Questioning
not
your answers.
questioning your answers, and not believing everything that's being shoved down your throat. It's like, I remember my kids when they were little, I always told them, I said, question it.
Mhm.
It's in the wording. Listen to what people are saying, and then it's okay to question it.
Right.
Of course, it's biting me back in the butt, but that's the whole difference.
That's another
That's
whole.
a whole other
session.
different story. But
Right.
yes, question your answers and ask the right questions. If you don't get the answers that you're looking for, maybe reevaluate your question also.
Right. Right.
So it's important.
I think it's a key, because we just go on autopilot to get back to how we started on this whole conversation.
No, right? We're
Um,
bringing the squirrels back in.
and who we surround ourselves with. Trustworthy people
Mhm.
who've stood the test of time, who will give you a true bounce. You may not like the bounce, but it's a true bounce. And I
Right.
think that's really important. We were discussing that earlier, who's on our team and why and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. And I think it's really critical as we grow in our personal lives and in our business, looking at who you surround yourself with.
Absolutely, it's crucial. I mean, when I learned, and I can remember, I think it was Jim Rohn who said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And of course he made some joke, it's like, he looked around, it's like, time for some new friends.
Right.
And I look back when I was miserable, and the people I surrounded myself with, They loved me because I was more miserable than them.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we were still just at the bottom of the barrel. You know, and it's like, because the vibration was so low, and because misery loves company,
Right.
you know, I attracted these people, and then as I changed and started, you know, wanting better and more for myself, and at first I was like, what's wrong with me? Why am I losing all my friends? And then I lost all those friends, and I made new friends for a minute, and then I lost them. I didn't understand at that time. Well, now I know it's because I was growing and they didn't. They
Right.
didn't keep up.
Right.
You know, and it was hurt. It hurt.
It's hard.
It was hard, and it's like, and I was questioning me. It's like I was looking at what's wrong with me. What is wrong with me?
Bingo. Bingo.
But here's the thing: knowing what I know now, because I learned it all, you know, it's like there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just we're not on the same playing field anymore.
Right.
You know, they were playing soccer, and I started to play football.
Right. Right. Well, and
Not really, but you get it.
right, metaphorically speaking. And it's hard to lose those friends. And I think that it's having strong boundaries, knowing I can do this, but I can't do that.
Right.
These are my values. I really coach to core values, and that's what helps us make really good decisions.
Mhm.
And my go-to is Strength Finders. And you said something that I think is a universal. When we've painted ourselves into a corner, the first thing we say is, what's wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
And my whole coach approach is, what's right with you? Let's talk
Like
about
that.
what your strengths are and manage your weaknesses. We're not going to be stupid about this. We all have weaknesses, but that's where you shore up with your team members, as we
Right.
were talking about earlier before we hit the record button. But it all just works so beautifully together.
Mhm.
What's right with me? What would happen, Beanie, if we reframed our thinking? We had that shift. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, we flipped that on its ear and said, what's right with me? And so that's one of the things.
Magic.
And look at how you got out from the bottom of the barrel, and you're rising to the cream
Mhm.
of the crop because you've done that very thing. What's right with me? What do I love doing? And you love your decisions.
Yes.
And teaching.
Some more than others, but I love them.
But see, you know what?
Learning and growing.
But that's life. I mean,
Right.
welcome to humanity.
Huh?
That's
And
life.
you thought I was an alien the whole
I
time.
know. Well,
Jeez.
no, Mo would tell you you're not.
I know.
He loves you. But you know, here's the thing: is I lost my train of thought. Oh well, there it goes.
No, I mean, and I'm working on it. No, but I mean, it really is. It's like, love who you are. Be okay. That's what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, we were talking
Be
about
okay
decisions,
with your
yeah.
decisions, you know, and right or wrong, indifferent, it's like it's a decision you made at that time with the best of your knowledge, with the
Yes.
best you had at the time.
Exactly.
You know, it's like looking back at raising kids. Could I have done better? Yes. But I did the best I could with what I had at the time.
That's exactly right. So yes, that's perfect. That's a grace card. That's giving
I love your
yourself-
grace card. Share your grace card.
Okay, here's my grace card. Here is a grace card. We all need grace. And I use the acronym LAUGH. Love, accept, and forgive yourself. And the definition of forgiveness that I love is letting go of the past you wish you'd had.
Mm,
I mean, come on.
that's huge. That's
It's if we look, I mean, forgiveness is so heavy and like,
Mhm.
I don't want to forgive. They deserve, you know. And it's not about any of that.
no.
It's about letting go of the past you wish you'd had, so that you're free to be present
Yep.
and move forward. And so, you know, grace is a big thing. It is not. You do not see the letters EXCUSE. This is not an excuse card. This is a grace card. So there has to be accountability, but there has to be grace. You did the best raising your kids.
Yeah.
I did too.
With what you had at the time.
And so by loving our decisions when we no longer love our decisions, we get to choose, because it's all about choice. I know, it's shocking.
You mean I have the choice, but that means I have to be responsible too.
And empowered.
I
I know.
like it.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's amazing. It's fantastic.
But so you pivot until you love your decisions again. We bought a camper for the back of our truck. And we went down to Texas last December. And we hit,
Oh, well, Texas isn't cold at that time.
well, let me
Depends
tell
on where you go.
we hit all kinds of weather. We got in a tornado. We drove 100 miles in a tornado. And
It's like, hey, Texas, we're coming. Please give us all of it.
Yeah, all of it. We even got a chip in our windshield, pristine windshield, but that's okay. So
It used to be.
It used to be, and you know that ping, it's like, oh, I know that sound because we live in Colorado.
Yes.
But so we were we were going through a city and it started to snow. And it was horizontal snow and it came in like a bear.
Ooh.
And I was driving and we now have this camper on the back, which we're not used to, and it's tall. And I said to my husband, I think we might want to pull over and just ride this out for an hour or two because we're going to be heading in some plains and that makes me nervous. So we stopped. Very funny. We stopped at the library and we read for 2 hours. Can you imagine that? I kind of love libraries.
No, I didn't get that earlier.
You would never have found that about me.
Mm-mm.
And so I said, Arch, I think that this storm is not moving anywhere. I think it's just sitting on us. Let's get a hotel room because everybody that's on this road is going to end up getting a hotel room.
Right.
And there might not be, it wasn't a big town. So we ended up getting a hotel room and my husband just yammered the rest of the afternoon. And I said, love your decision. You made it based on everything you've just said. With the information we had, and it started to clear up, and he's going, well, maybe we should go on the road now. I mean, we can just, it doesn't matter. And
Is he an engineer?
No, he's an artist, which is so funny. And I just said, love your decisions, lighten up, bucko. We're staying here. And when we took off the next morning, he said, we made the right decision. And I said, you lost 6 hours by second guessing yourself. And he doesn't mind me telling this story. I've told this story from the stage many times.
Right.
But it was really a turning point for us of let's love our decisions. Let's be present in the decision we've made. I mean, we ended up having fun once I, convinced him that it was a really great decision.
Right.
But that second guessing, it erodes our confidence
Oh,
and it steals our joy.
Right, and I was going to say that. I mean, not just does it erode the confidence, but it's like it steals time from us that we never get back.
Never get back.
So we're sitting there and we're doing the wah and giving away all of our power, and we're staying in that anger, which vibration like attracts like. So vibration of anger is very low. You put that out to the universe says, oh, that's what you want, here you go, have more. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Unless you surround yourself with those 4 other people who are going to call you on your stuff.
Right. But here's the thing. Because you're watching the show, and you have a beanie and you're live in the mo, you now have the power of awareness, you catch on to that faster.
Right.
And, I still get there.
Right, we all do.
But here's the thing, the difference between me and most people and you and most people now, because we have that power of awareness, and you too, you're like, whoa, this is not helping me.
Yeah.
You stop, you acknowledge it, and then you move on.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, there's a lesson here because that's what I'm experiencing. That's how I look at it, it's like, there's a lesson here I need to learn. And sometimes, again, it's just a lesson in what not to do. It's a lesson.
Uh-huh.
Be grateful for it, but then you leave it and you focus on the good. You don't stay in that negative space anymore. Because when you're there, you stay there, you get more of it.
It's the forgiveness.
What?
It's the forgiveness. I mean, forgive yourself. Okay, you felt it. What are you going to do with it? Welcome to humanity. We all go through that.
Right.
The issue is, what is the impact?
Mm-hmm.
How quickly do you rebound? I mean, you and
Right.
I are resilient women. I know this.
Yep.
We have both been resilient over the last 8 to 10 years and longer than that. And we've bounced back pretty quickly. You know, sometimes faster than others, but that's the point. We all have our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We all have our
We
stuff.
all do.
But it's what's the impact?
Right.
And then again, it's choice.
You know, now it's like we stumble, we fall, we get up. That's the key. Get up. Dust yourself off. It's like, well, this sucked. Now what?
Right.
That's what I do. And then sometimes, I mean, with my balance issues, sometimes I literally fall. And then I get up and I was like, this really sucked. Now what? What led me to this? And a lot of times it's like, because I wasn't paying attention. Again, that power of awareness. And it for me, sometimes it's as simple as literally walking.
Right.
But it's really in everything. It's really in everything.
Right.
It's like when I hit the ground, physically hit the ground, it's because I was not paying attention to where my feet were going. It's the power of awareness.
Yeah.
You know, and we get sidetracked with so many minute, unimportant things that we put our focus in because, and I'm guilty, you know, because it's so much easier to worry about that little flea over here than really dealing with the elephant over here.
Right.
Because over here with the elephant, I have to look deep within and really open up that wound and that hole and the pain. So it's easier to just focus over here and really put all my anger and my frustration on this one here, which does nothing.
It's not helpful.
That elephant is still there. The problem is still there.
It's not helpful.
It's not helpful. It's stupid.
But
But-
it's not helpful.
And it's like, and we've all done it. We've all done it. You know, and now it's like, yeah, I'm going to start chewing on that elephant.
And you do it one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. Nobody says you have to like take care of the whole big issue, the whole problem, the whole elephant all in one swoosh and overnight. If you can, great, do it. But no, you just do it little by little. And you chisel away and you chisel away and you chisel away, and before you know it, it's gone.
Well, for those of us, or those in the audience that don't like elephants or eating meat, I use
Do a tree.
Well, I use the analogy of an artichoke.
That's
And
it.
so it's
Oh,
one
that's
leaf
it.
and then you get to the heart of the issue. But it's really hard to get to the heart of the issue without going leaf by leaf.
Mhm.
And so,
And it can be painful, and you know what? But in order to get that resolution, you have to go through the pain, and it's scary. Do it scared. It doesn't matter, but it's like, know what the end result's going to be. You will be free. Free.
yeah,
So you can move forward and take your power back and live your life. You know, I never thought I could like leave that whole stuff behind growing up and, you know, blah, 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 blah. But I did. I did, because at the beginning of 2004, it was end my life or fight. Well, clearly I didn't end my life.
and I'm glad of it.
Thank you. But you know, it's like, it's a choice, and it's like, I knew there would be work ahead. I didn't know how much work, and I didn't know how much it would hurt, and how long it would take. But I knew where I was would only lead to more despair and me really killing myself. Literally, because I was contemplating suicide. I was done. Physically, mentally, I was just done. But I'm a fighter. I was like, plus I had my kids were little at the time, and I had jobs, you know, I still have them, so. But that's what really, is like, I cannot give up here because I have them. Whatever it is to hold on to move forward, and then it became about me. And the first thing I did is I actually enrolled in college.
Really?
Yes. We were stationed in Germany, in Bamberg, and I graduated from German school, born and raised German, you know, all of
Wow.
that, and I enrolled in the University of Maryland, Europe.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And yeah, that was the spring semester of 2004. I graduated in May of '88
Wow.
from German gymnasium.
Huh.
Yeah. So it's been a hot minute since I've been in school. And my husband is awesome, so he signed up for class with me, and we took my first class together.
Oh. And
So-
see, I think that's the power of community. And if you are having, you know, thoughts of suicide,
Mhm.
really getting
Reach out.
help and reach out and
Mhm.
get the support that you need. We were never designed to do this alone,
No.
Dee. And I mean, look at you got Mo.
Right.
You're
I
not
got a
alone.
Mo.
You
I
got
got a Mo. Yes, I do.
And you know the thing is, and it hit me the other day. I mean, dogs, clearly they're pack animals. So are humans.
Right.
We are pack animals. We're not meant to be loners. I mean, and just like with wolves and everything, I mean, you always have your the lone wolf or the loner. But in the essence, we're pack animals. We need that interaction. We need other people. We need that community.
Yes.
You know, we need that connection and hugs.
Yeah.
Hug more. I mean, we just
longer.
and longer and genuinely. You know, I mean, we just need that as humans just to survive.
Oh yeah. Physical touch.
Oh my gosh, it's
It's
huge.
huge.
It's huge.
No, I said that.
Oh, we said it together. Tinks.
Well, and so here's the thing: is the wolf will always separate from if it's hunting animals, it will always separate the weakest member of that
Mm-hmm.
herd,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we need each other. We need when we're
Yes.
hurting. Not hurting, hurting.
Yes.
We need to really reach out. And
Mhm.
so if you're struggling with depression or you are struggling with suicide ideation, any of those kinds of things, there's no shame in that.
No.
We really need each
Yeah,
other
we
and have to work harder to stay apart because it's really our instinct is to isolate.
Right.
And
Well, and the thing is like, I know how it was for me when I was in that deep, dark hole. I thought I was all alone. Even though I wasn't. I mean, I had Jeff and I had my kids and everything, you know. But in that moment, during that time, because everything is so dark, and you do separate yourself and you do isolate yourself because you don't want to be a burden. And I get that. I get that you're not a burden. Reach out for help. Because life is so much worse without you than it could ever be with you. You know, and I almost lost my youngest to suicide years ago. He was in high school. And I remember we were sitting, I mean, this actually is his old room.
okay.
And the living room was right outside the door. And he had walked by and he had said something that really, really hurt me. And I knew I couldn't physically talk with him because he came in and slammed the door. I mean, it was not a good time. He's great now, thank goodness, you know, but it was not a good time at that time. And what he said, I was like, whoa. And Facebook Messenger. I was able to reach out to him through Facebook Messenger and I told him, I said, you know, what you said really hurt me. I don't understand. And his response was, if you hate me, you won't miss me. And of course, mommy bells went like, alert, 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 you know, and it's like, no, that's where you're wrong. And here's the thing, if any of you watching consider suicide, please don't. Because nobody will hate you for whatever it is that you're going through. We don't. We don't. And I felt that way when I was this close of ending my life. I was alienating the people closest to me.
Ugh.
Because for the same reason. It's just, I didn't say it out loud, my son did. You know, so I get it, I've been there. I've been there personally, and then I experienced it again with my son. You know, and it's like, no. It'll be much worse without you. Because that pain will never end. That pain of that hole that you leave behind will never, ever close. And that's what I told him. I said no, we can get through this. Whatever this is that's going on, you know, you're not alone. We can get help. I'm here. You know, we can get through this. And I mean, he's amazing. He's happy and all of those
Wow.
things. But that's
really difficult.
it is difficult. And like I said, I've been on both sides.
Right.
You know, I've been the one that's like, yeah, I'm ready to check out, and it's like, if you all hate me, then you won't miss me. You know, but I've also been on the receiving end from my own son. You know, fortunately for me, I mean, I had worked through my stuff, and then it's like, wow.
And there are so many really anointed counselors out
Oh my
there
God,
who
yes.
specialize in suicide. And so I in no way want you to think that I'm a certified therapist. I am not. I am a coach.
Yeah, me neither.
And so there are so many experts out there. If any of this resonates for you,
Mhm.
please seek the help
Reach out.
that you need and reach out because you matter.
Absolutely. You matter, you're important, and hey, you know what? I may not know you, but I do love you because you're amazing. How did we get on that subject?
Beanie.
It was needed because there's no coincidences.
Yeah, who knows, we came into this very open to have a conversation that hopefully is meaningful to those of you who
Right.
are listening and or watching, hence you have to look at Mo.
He's down here and he just gave us the look like.
He did, he gave us the glamour shot look.
He's so cute.
But it really is to support all of you that are out there,
Right.
and hopefully some of what we've said has made sense and was helpful, and that was the intention
That's-
of when we got together.
Right, and that's really the intention of the whole show.
Right.
Is to raise vibrations, to give people hope, let them know they're not alone, make them smile, make them laugh, you know, and I never know where the conversations are going. And we talked about that, you know, because she was like, so what are we talking about? And I'm like, well, let's find out.
I don't know.
And it's like, even when we pick a topic, you know, it doesn't mean we're going to end up staying
Right.
there or even getting there or
Right.
anything. And sometimes it's just like, whoosh, whoop.
There
Yep,
you
there
go.
it went.
Yeah. Well, what's so funny is I don't know that you remember this, but my moniker was a purveyor of active hope.
Oh no,
And so I think that's really what we've brought to the table today.
I hope, yeah.
Is giving people active hope, not just the hope where they sit on their couch and twiddle their thumbs
No.
and hope that their ship comes in. We have to have inspired action. And so
That's
that
it.
really this is the call to action for this session, in my humble opinion, is
Yep.
if you need help, find it. Go and ask for help. It's hard for women to receive, but I implore you, please ask for the help you need. Get the people on your team
Yep.
that will help you,
Mhm.
and as opposed to the people that want you to stay in the same place, and they're afraid of your growth because they're afraid they're going to lose you. That, my friend, is not helpful.
No.
So surround yourself with people who will give you a leg up, who will support you,
Yep.
who will not be afraid to say no to you,
Mhm.
because that can be a very loving thing to do.
Right.
But to seek out the help that you need, whether it's in your personal life or it's in your business,
Anywhere, anything.
anywhere, anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I'm always like, oh yeah, help me right there. That's the spot.
That's right. That's right. And we all have our spot, don't we?
Oh, we sure do. Oh, help me.
So
I swear,
maybe-
this dog.
Maybe this conversation scratched someone else's itch, right?
Hope so. But that's what this is all about. So
That's what we're hoping
I
for.
like it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, for stopping by.
Oh, my
You
pleasure.
can come back anytime.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
like, because you're awesome, and we just always had this, I always felt that connection with you, even though we didn't we're not like besties and have coffee all the time or this and that, but
Right.
it's like you're one of my friends that I know if I need, I can pick up the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we need each other, Beanie.
Right, we do. We're humans. We're pack animals.
Well, and I think the other thing that is our common denominator is you and I usually have dog hair on our clothes.
Hey, dog hair makes the outfit complete.
It does. It does. It gives us
Yeah.
that fluffy look.
It does.
It does.
It's like,
Yeah.
you're my people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just not sure that my dog is going to be happy when I go home with Mo hair, and yeah, that's the look I get. But it's okay. She's well trained, and she will love me anyways.
Of course she will,
Unconditionally.
because you are her human.
That's exactly right.
So, well, you can tell them that you hung out with more the celebrity.
I will.
So,
Good.
All right, Mo? All right.
Thank you, Beanie.
Thanks for being here. Thank you for sharing all the nuggets and, just being you. Because
Thank you.
you're amazing. So thank
Well,
you.
thank you. We'll be back. We'll do this again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you got some out of this. As always, be happy, be kind, be loved. And hey, go over to giftfrombeanie, BEENIE.com and get your quick guide to happiness. My gift to you. Love you. Until next time. Bye.
Later.